Hello everyone and welcome to Cinderful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the Grey. Today's video, we're going to talk Ephilim's Pandaemonium, and we're going to see what her rules are in Age of Sigmar Warcry. Now, you can pick up a White Dwarf that will have all the rules for Ephilim and the Diachasm Season of Warhammer Underworlds rules for Warhammer Age of Sigmar. The issue of White Dwarf is 492 for you to pick up. Now, we've got all of the rules available to Ephilim. These are the ones printed there, plus a couple of others that you're able to use. Ephilim herself is from the demons side of the Tzeentch. So remember in Warcry that demons and mortals for the four Chaos Gods are split into different warbands. So Ephilim and the Pandaemonium all belong to the demon part of that. So you can include them in demon. You can also, with these, because she's a demon, she can be included as an ally in any other Chaos Force. And she only takes up one ally slot, even though you could take the entire warband in that slot. Only ever the leaders of these warbands count for Bladeborn, which is pretty cool. But with that said, we're going to look through the abilities, and I'm going to pull up each of the different stat blocks and talk a little bit about them and talk about whether, well, they're any good. And we'll be doing this through all four of them over the course of the next week. So let's get cracking on into it. And to start with, we have two abilities here that you'll probably know from the Disciples of Tzeentch already. That is Master of Destiny and Capricious Warflame. So Master of Destiny, this will be able to be used by Ephilim thanks to the leader rune mark. Till the end of the battle round, you add a value of this ability to the value of other abilities used by friendly fighters within 12 inch. And then Capricious Warflame is a quad and will be available to use for some of our fighters. You can allocate a number of damage points equal to the value of this ability to all visible enemy fighters within 3. Now, we do have a couple of other abilities down the bottom here. Twist of Fate, Locus of Sorcery, and a Blue Fire. These are all abilities from the Demons part that you can use with Ephilim, so we know them. But then we have the ones that are very specific to Ephilim and her Pandaemonium. Now, it should be said that the rune mark there for Ephilim's Pandaemonium that you can see at the top there, that also means that all models in that warband will also have the Demons rune mark as well for the Disciples of Tzeentch. And so, first of all, we have a double for Hypnotize. We can pick an enemy fighter within 6 inch, and that enemy fighter makes a move action directly towards this fighter as if they were jumping up to a number of inches equal to their movement. This is pretty cool because you can pull enemies off buildings. It's fun. Sudden Warp Portal is just available to everyone in the Pandaemonium. Pick another friendly fighter within Ephilim's Pandaemonium rune mark within 12 inch, make a note of their location, and then immediately sort of set them up within 3 inch of this fighter that's used this. Pretty cool. And then Engulfing Bite, you can add to the attacks and strength characteristic of the mech's melee attack action made by this fighter in this activation. In addition, add 2 to the damage points allocated to enemy fighters by each critical hit from that attack action. So it is only for one attack, but that's a pretty powerful one. And then we have the quad of Summoned Abomination. You can pick one of the rune mark Ephilim Pandaemonium models that's been taken down and bring them back, essentially. So a pretty cool selection of different abilities, some good combat, some good movement, some good control abilities, and indeed some resurrection. Pretty solid abilities all in all for the warband. So let's get cracking out. I'll leave all these up and we'll bring up all the warband fighters as well. Today's video is brought to you by Gap Games, a fantastic retailer in Australia for a variety of different miniature war games. If you'd like to help support the channel, we have an affiliate link where by clicking on and purchasing, you'll help support the channel, but you'll also help support Gap Games, which is a fantastic servant to the community. And so, to begin with, here we have Ephilim the Unknowable herself. So, she has 18 wounds. She is a little bit light for a character on wounds. Defense 3, so definitely not tough in any way. Movement 4, so decently slow, not particularly fast. We do have a couple of rune marks. You got the leader rune mark and the mystic rune mark there as well. So this is going to mean she can use a few of the abilities throughout the faction, which is really, really nice. So we have Blue Fire be able to use for a double on her, which can do some extra damage. She obviously can use Master of Destiny, which is really cool, being able to support all your friends. And the Summon Abomination is really cool, where she can bring back her friends. So really sort of central piece to how this little Warcry Warband is going to work. She's got 2 attacks in melee, 3 attacks at strength 3, 1-3 on the damage with 2-inch range, and then she's got, you know, that short sort of wizard range, strength 4, 3-6 on the damage. Pretty cool. Remembering we can sort of increase this with some abilities, which is nice. So we can add, you know, some extra damage to our range there. All in all, she's solid. I think she's going to be very versatile in what you want to do. It's really her support pieces that matter, though. She is there to sort of command and control everything that's happening with all the other pieces of the Pandaemonium. And so, first of all, we have Spawnmore. Now, Spawnmore is 105 renown, 12 wounds, defense 3, once again, not the most survivable. We have movement 5, which is nice. We've got the Beast rune mark and the Destroyer rune mark there as well. 2-4 on the damage with strength 4 and 3 attacks. Pretty cool for demons, in all honesty. They're not normally got a lot of strength 4. This means that Capricious Warp Flame is a totally a viable ability for it. And in course, Engulfing Bite, which is really what it's here for. This can be a really big attack. Add 2 to your attacks and your strength. So you can go to 5 attacks, strength 6, and then 2-6 on the damage with this ability. Pretty solid for 105. Like, if you can get enough of those triples during the game, I think Spawnmore would be well worth the points. He'd be one of the ones I'm looking to bring back nearly all the time I get that quad with Ephilim. We then have Flame Spooler, so 95 renown, a little bit cheaper, same sort of stat block, though only movement 4. This does have a ranged attack with 3 attacks at strength 2, 1-2 on the damage. Nothing too fantastic there. All in all, like, he is cheap. I don't really think too much of Flame Spooler. 3 attacks, strength 2, 1-3 on the damage. Not an awful lot to him, in all honesty. He's like chameleon skink levels of good for a bit more of the cost. He doesn't have any extra abilities other than Sudden Warp Portal, and obviously can be summoned, so not a lot going there. I mean, he does also get like Locus of Sorcery, so you can add value of his ability to the strength characteristic of his next missile attack action, which is cool. So you can up that strength there with that to sort of get something out of him. But I do think he's rather meh for 95 renown as well. I think he is a little bit overpriced. Then we have Apotrax, the Stairfish as well. 10 wounds, defense 3, 4 movement. We do have the Fly rune mark on here, which means we do get access to Hypnotize, which I think is really cool. 70 renown, much, much better. I mean, only 1 attack, strength 4, 3-6 on the damage, though, is pretty cool. You know, if you can find a way to get some extra attacks into the model, it's pretty nice. A Rampage could be really cool, or even just Onslaught for the extra attack over the course of a battle round, meaning you would get 4 attacks at strength 4, 3-6 on the damage. Could be pretty cool, but really it all is about Hypnotize, which is just such a super powerful ability for a double as well. I think he's well worth the points. The rune mark here to fly is really nice. Means it can sort of just move around where it needs to as well. And lastly, we have Kindlefinger. Now, Kindlefinger's just got the Beast rune mark on top of the Ephilim's Pandaemonium, so nothing there. And 55 renown, 6 wounds, defense 1. Like, he is nothing. You are picking him up to be just a little annoying bit on the table. 5 attacks, though, with his range. So this is interesting, because 5 attacks, Locus of Sorcery, if you can get enough into that, could be interesting, but even then it's 1 damage. I think you're sort of just trying to roll crits on him, so you're wanting to find ways to up that damage more than anything. So that would be what you're doing, but I don't think there's an awful lot of things you can do to up his damage. I mean, 55 renown, dirt cheap, maybe still overcosted at 55. I'm interested in Ephilim's Pandaemonium because it could be like really interesting on sort of having this repetition mechanic. I do think that Stairfish is really, really worth his points. I think I'd look to include that more than any other single piece in the warband into my Demon's Force. I don't know whether I would take the whole warband of Ephilim's Pandaemonium, but Stairfish, I think for 70 renown, certainly has a place within my Demon warbands for Tzeentch. What do you think, though, of Ephilim's Pandaemonium? Let us know your thoughts about them down in the comments below. And that's the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and also drop a comment down below letting us know what you thought about the video. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our fine little community here at Sinful Gaming, we have a Discord server linked down in the video's description. Also linked down in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel. You can use one of our affiliate links to Gap Games or Element Games if you're in Australia or the United Kingdom, or you can subscribe to our YouTube members or Patreon, or grab some merch from our merch stores on Teespring or Ko-fi. All the best ways to help support the channel. As a special thanks to all our Patreon and YouTube members, we'd like to give them all a shout out. So thank you to our Patrons: Broken Chef, Andy C, Grimskull, Colorblind Magic, Benjamin Swallows, James Cater, Mark Harvey, Domir, Average Wargamer, JJ Austrian, Cure Dynamic, Andrew Bowen, Outer and Shot First, Kenny Lowell and Soren. And to our YouTube members: Green Roots Gaming, Ronya, Lock Lorick, The Johnny84, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, James Tillman, Disco, John Castle and Gargamel196. Thank you all once again for watching. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Stay safe everyone, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.